Have you ever found yourself in that quiet, personal space of the bathroom, counting the minutes, perhaps even the hours, as discomfort mounts and frustration simmers? If you're navigating life beyond the age of 60 and find yourself frequently battling the silent, stubborn grip of constipation, please know you are far from alone. It's a deeply personal challenge, one that often stays behind closed doors, unspoken, yet profoundly affecting daily life. The persistent bloating, the sensation of heaviness, the endless cycle of trying various remedies, from fiber powders that promise miracles to pills that offer temporary fixes, only to find yourself still waiting, still uncomfortable. This relentless struggle can insidiously drain your energy, fray your patience, and even cast a shadow of embarrassment over what should be a natural bodily function. But what if I told you that relief might be closer and simpler than you imagine? What if the key to unlocking a more comfortable, regular, and vibrant life doesn't lie in complex regimens or harsh chemicals, but in embracing the gentle wisdom of nature? For a significant number of individuals, a noticeable shift towards feeling lighter, more energetic, and free from this burdensome discomfort can begin in as little as 48 hours. The secret? It often boils down to a thoughtful combination of a few simple, everyday foods and minor lifestyle adjustments. In this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into 5 specific natural approaches that have brought solace and regularity to countless seniors. These are not fleeting fads or demanding complicated cleanses that turn your life upside down. Instead, they are gentle, sustainable modifications that your body might be silently yearning for, signals you might not have recognized until now. These 5 strategies are about so much more than merely stimulating a bowel movement. They are foundational pillars for helping your body rediscover its inherent rhythm. They are about fostering a sense of inner balance that can lead to clearer thoughts, more sustained energy, and a profound release from the constant nagging discomfort that constipation so often brings. I invite you to journey with me through these insights because within these commented words, you might just uncover that one small, manageable change, perhaps something you've overlooked or never considered in quite this way, that could revolutionize how you feel each and every morning from this day forward. Imagine waking up feeling refreshed, unburdened, and ready to embrace the day with vitality. When your digestive system is functioning harmoniously, a cascade of positive effects often follows, making every other aspect of life feel just that little bit brighter, that little bit easier. Are you ready to explore these pathways to renewed well-being? If the experience of persistent constipation resonates with you, or if you're seeking ways to support a loved one facing this challenge, share a quiet yes in the comments below. Your acknowledgement helps us understand how many are touched by this common, yet often isolating, issue. 1. The unassuming powerhouse, embracing soaked chia seeds for gentle regularity. In the vast world of health foods and superfood trends, it's often the simplest, most unassuming items that hold the most profound benefits. Consider the humble chia seed. A single tablespoon of these tiny, unassuming seeds, properly soaked and consumed daily, can be one of the most remarkably effective yet gentle allies in your quest for improved digestion, especially after the age of 60. It might not sound like a groundbreaking revelation, but the way these seeds transform and work within your body is nothing short of extraordinary. When chia seeds are introduced to water and allowed to soak, ideally overnight or for at least a few hours, they undergo a fascinating metamorphosis. They absorb the liquid, swelling up to many times their original size and forming a soft, gelatinous coating. This gel-like substance is the key to their digestive magic. Once ingested, this hydrated mucilaginous material acts like a gentle internal broom sweeping through your intestines. It doesn't scrape or irritate. Instead, it thoughtfully helps to soften and bulk up stool. This added volume and moisture make waste easier to pass, significantly reducing the need for straining, a common concern that can lead to other complications like hemorrhoids, especially in later years. What's truly commendable about soaked chia seeds is their ability to promote regularity without inducing the sudden urgency or cramping that many over-the-counter laxatives or harsh fiber supplements can provoke. It's a supportive action, not a forceful one. Many seniors who incorporate this simple habit into their morning routine report a noticeable improvement within just 1 or 2 days. Things simply begin to move more naturally, more predictably. The philosophy here isn't about shocking your system into action. It's about providing consistent, gentle support, enabling your body to perform its natural eliminative functions more efficiently. As we gracefully age, it's quite normal for our digestive system to become a bit more leisurely. The muscular contractions that propel food and waste along the digestive tract, known as peristalsis, may slow down, and the production of digestive enzymes can decrease. Chia seeds offer that tender nudge, that subtle encouragement your system might need to regain its youthful rhythm. The remarkable soluble fiber content in chia seeds plays a crucial role in this process. Soluble fiber dissolves in water, forming that beneficial gel we discussed. This gel not only aids in smooth passage, but also helps to retain crucial moisture within the colon. Dehydration of the stool is a primary culprit in age-related constipation. When fecal matter becomes too dry and hard, it essentially gets stuck. However, when there's an abundance of water-rich, gel-forming fiber moving through the system, the body cooperates much more readily. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates this point. I once had a conversation with a delightful 72-year-old gentleman named Larry. For nearly a decade, Larry had been engaged in a frustrating battle with chronic constipation. He dutifully tried a myriad of fiber supplements, from psyllium husks to methylcellulose powders, but nothing seemed to offer sustainable, long-term relief. His days were often clouded by discomfort and a sense of being perpetually backed up. It wasn't until a friend casually mentioned the benefits of soaked chia seeds that Larry, somewhat skeptically, decided to give them a try. He began a simple ritual, soaking 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in a half glass of warm water overnight. Each morning, before anything else, he would slowly drink this mixture. The change, he told me with genuine astonishment, was palpable within just 2 days. It felt, he shared, his voice filled with relief, like someone had finally pressed the reset button on my insides. The beauty of this approach lies in its utter simplicity. You don't need to blend them into an elaborate smoothie, though you certainly can if you enjoy them that way, or incorporate them into complicated recipes. The most direct and often most effective method is simply to soak them. Place a tablespoon of chia seeds in about half a glass of water, stir well to prevent clumping, and let them sit, ideally in the refrigerator if soaking for an extended period. By morning, they'll have transformed into their gel-like state, that is ready to work their gentle magic. Drink it slowly, allowing your body to process it naturally. The invitation is simple. Give it 2 days. Pay close attention to the subtle shifts, the easing of discomfort, the return of a more natural rhythm. It's a tiny daily habit, almost effortless. Yet, for many older adults, it can be the quiet catalyst that resets their digestive well-being and brings a newfound sense of lightness and ease to their days. If this insight into the gentle yet profound impact of soaked chia seeds resonates with you, and if you believe this could be a valuable addition to your wellness toolkit, please let us know by commenting with the number 1 below. Your feedback helps us gauge what information is most helpful to our community. 2. The enduring wisdom of warm prunes, a time-honored solution for modern comfort. It's quite common to dismiss prunes as an old-fashioned remedy, perhaps something relegated to memories of our grandparents' kitchen cabinets. Yet there's a profound and enduring reason why these dried plums have been trusted by generations as a natural aid for digestive regularity. When it comes to gently and effectively alleviating constipation, especially for those navigating their post-60 years, few natural remedies work with such consistent reliability and gentle efficacy as warm, softened prunes. What imbues prunes with their remarkable digestive prowess isn't solely their well-known fiber content, though that certainly plays a significant role. Prunes are a rich source of both soluble and insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber adds bulk to the stool, helping it move more quickly through the digestive system, while soluble fiber, similar to that in chia seeds, absorbs water and forms a gel, softening the stool. However, prunes possess another secret weapon in their arsenal, a naturally occurring sugar alcohol called sorbitol. Sorbitol is not fully digested in the small intestine, so when it reaches the large intestine, it draws water into the bowel through osmosis. This influx of water further softens the stool and stimulates bowel movements, making passage smoother and more comfortable. They also contain compounds called phenolic compounds, which may contribute to their laxative effect by stimulating intestinal contractions. The crucial aspect here is balance and gentleness. Unlike some harsh chemical laxatives that can force the body into urgent and sometimes uncomfortable action, prunes work by encouraging the body's natural processes. They don't command, they gently coax. Many individuals make the simple oversight of consuming prunes cold or directly from the package. While still beneficial, warming the prunes can significantly enhance their digestive impact. Gently heating 4 to 5 prunes in a small amount of water, either on the stovetop until they are plump and soft, or for a short time in the microwave, not only makes their texture more palatable, but also seems to amplify their soothing and stimulating effects on the gut. Warm foods, in general, can be more easily processed by the digestive system, and the warmth itself can have a calming, settling effect, especially when consumed in the morning as the body is awakening. I recall a conversation with a vibrant 68-year-old woman named Joanne. For years, Joanne had been caught in a frustrating cycle of relying on various over-the-counter stool softeners and laxatives. She confessed that she had almost resigned herself to the idea that natural remedies simply wouldn't be effective for her chronic constipation. However, upon a friend's persistent suggestion, she decided to try incorporating warm prunes into her morning routine. Each day, she would gently heat 4 to 5 prunes and eat them slowly, followed by a glass of warm water. The results, she shared with a sense of quiet triumph, were noticeable within the first 2 days. The persistent bloating that had plagued her began to ease. The uncomfortable feeling of urgency associated with her previous medications disappeared, and for the first time in what felt like an eternity, she expressed, "I didn't feel like I was constantly battling my own body to do what it's supposed to do naturally." The impact of warm prunes extends beyond their direct physical effects on the stool. Consuming them, particularly first thing in the morning, sends a gentle but clear signal to your digestive system. It's time to awaken and begin the day's work. Pairing them with a glass of warm water immediately afterward can further enhance this effect, almost like flipping a switch that gently powers up your internal rhythm. Your digestive system begins to move in concert with you, rather than feeling like a sluggish, uncooperative entity. This approach isn't about overwhelming your system with an extreme fiber load or resorting to drastic cleanses that can disrupt your body's delicate balance. It's about tenderly restoring the natural, harmonious rhythm that factors like age, certain medications, or shifts in lifestyle might have subtly disturbed over time. And remarkably, for many individuals, this positive shift doesn't require weeks or months of consistent effort to become apparent. The relief often begins to manifest within that promising 48-hour window. If you've been searching for a time-tested, gentle, and natural way to encourage regularity, warm prunes might just be the simple answer your body has been waiting for. Have you ever tried prunes for constipation, or perhaps you have a family story related to their effectiveness? We'd love to hear about your experiences or thoughts on this particular remedy. Please share in the comments. And if you're finding this exploration of natural solutions valuable, we warmly invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell. Your support empowers us to continue creating informative and inspiring content designed to enhance your well-being. That was our second key insight. If you found the information on warm prunes helpful, please comment with the number 2 below to let us know you're following along. 3. The morning elixir. Unlocking digestive harmony with warm lemon water. There's an almost poetic simplicity, a surprising degree of power, encapsulated in the daily ritual of starting your day with nothing more than a single glass of warm water infused with the juice of a fresh lemon. It might appear deceptively modest, perhaps too simple to make a real difference. Yet for individuals over 60, grappling with sluggish digestion or that all-too-familiar feeling of a slow start to their mornings, this unassuming habit can initiate a cascade of positive effects, subtly improving how your entire system functions throughout the day. The science underpinning this gentle morning elixir is both straightforward and profoundly meaningful. Warm water, consumed on an empty stomach, acts as a gentle internal cleanser. It helps to increase circulation throughout the body, including to the digestive organs, and tenderly awakens the digestive tract from its nocturnal slumber. It's less of a jolt and more of a gentle nudge, preparing the system for the day's tasks. When you introduce fresh lemon juice into this warm water, you're adding a natural source of citric acid. This citric acid plays a vital role in stimulating the production of gastric juices, including bile and stomach acid, which are essential for breaking down food effectively. Furthermore, lemon can encourage peristalsis, those rhythmic, wave-like muscular contractions that meticulously move food and waste products through your intestines. It's precisely this peristaltic action that often slows down as we age, a subtle shift that many older adults may not consciously realize is contributing to their digestive woes. The gut doesn't cease functioning entirely, but its operational pace can diminish, and the communication signals between the brain and the belly can become somewhat muted. What warm lemon water does, particularly when consumed first thing in the morning before any other food or drink, is effectively turn the volume back up on these vital digestive processes. Consider this analogy. After a full night's sleep, your body has been in a state of rest and reset. It hasn't ingested food for several hours, movement has been minimal, and the digestive system is, understandably, still in a semi-dormant state. Introducing a glass of very cold juice or a strong cup of coffee can sometimes feel like a shock to this resting system. Warm lemon water, in contrast, is like performing gentle stretches for your body before embarking on a brisk walk. It's preparatory, essential, and helps everything to function more smoothly. It's a kinder, more respectful way to signal the start of digestive activity. I once had the pleasure of knowing a wonderful 74-year-old woman named Carol. Carol had, for many years, all but given up on the idea of achieving natural regularity. She had diligently tried a vast array of supplements and even prescription medications, but nothing seemed to provide consistent, long-term relief from her persistent constipation. Her granddaughter, an advocate for natural wellness, gently suggested she try an old-fashioned, simple remedy: a glass of warm water with the juice of half a lemon every morning, consumed before breakfast. Carol, initially, chuckled at the simplicity of the suggestion, thinking it unlikely to make a difference where so many other things had failed. Nevertheless, willing to try anything, she incorporated it into her routine. By the third morning, she told me, she felt a distinct and welcome change. It was as if my body suddenly remembered what it was supposed to do, she explained, a note of pleasant surprise in her voice. And what's more, I didn't feel bloated or uncomfortably heavy after breakfast, which had become my usual experience. The inherent beauty of this daily habit lies in its purity and simplicity. There are no adverse side effects to contend with, no added sugars or artificial ingredients, just the natural goodness of water and lemon. The warmth of the water soothes your stomach and intestines, while the lemon gently encourages your gut to awaken, engage, and prepare for efficient movement. Over time, individuals who faithfully adopt this small, almost effortless routine often report a significant reduction in days marked by bloating and discomfort, a decreased reliance on laxatives or other medications, and, importantly, a greater sense of connection with and understanding of their own body's signals. It's not presented as a miracle cure, but rather as a consistent form of gentle maintenance, the kind of supportive care that your body quietly appreciates and responds to positively. The invitation, once again, is to experiment with a simple 2-day trial. Before you eat or drink anything else upon waking, prepare your glass of warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon, perhaps a quarter to a half lemon, depending on your preference. Drink it slowly, mindfully. Don't rush the process. Then, simply pay attention. Notice if your body begins to feel just a little more prepared, a little more willing to move, not just in terms of a bowel movement, but also in how you feel as you move through the rest of your day ahead. Do you have a special morning ritual that helps you start your day right? We'd be fascinated to hear about what works for you. Share your own morning routines or your thoughts on warm lemon water in the comments section below. 4. The strategic retreat. Discovering relief by temporarily removing gut-slowing foods. Sometimes, the path to digestive comfort and regularity isn't about what you diligently add to your diet, but rather, quite significantly, about what you consciously choose to temporarily take away. When we consider the common challenge of constipation, particularly as it affects older adults, it's a sobering truth that certain foods that may have once provided comfort or formed the backbone of daily meals, can quietly, almost insidiously, put the brakes on your entire digestive system. And the reality is, many of us consume these potentially problematic foods on a regular basis, often daily, without ever making the connection that they might be the very culprits behind that persistent feeling of being backed up, bloated, and uncomfortable. As we journey beyond the age of 60, Our digestive physiology naturally undergoes certain transformations. The lining of the gut can become a little thinner and perhaps more sensitive. The production of essential digestive enzymes may decrease. And generally, the body becomes somewhat slower and less efficient at breaking down and processing heavy, complex, or highly processed meals. This means that foods such as refined white bread, many types of cheese, and processed or fatty red meats don't just take longer to transit through your system. They can actively contribute to the problem by drying out your stool and creating a kind of internal roadblock, hindering your body's natural flow of elimination. It's important to clarify, these foods aren't inherently bad in a moral or absolute sense. Rather, they are simply more challenging for an aging digestive system to handle, especially when consumed frequently and without a counterbalance of fiber-rich, hydrating foods. White bread, for instance, has had most of its natural fiber stripped away during processing, offering very little to aid bowel motility. Cheese, particularly hard and aged varieties, is notoriously constipating for many older individuals due to its typically low moisture content and high fat levels, which can slow down digestion. And red meat, while a valuable source of protein and iron, that is devoid of fiber and generally takes considerably longer for the body to digest compared to plant-based proteins or leaner animal proteins. Now, picture a common dietary pattern. Perhaps toast made from white bread for breakfast, a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch, and a portion of steak or a hamburger for dinner. While this might feel like a familiar and comforting routine, your gut, working diligently behind the scenes, may be sending out distress signals, crying out for something lighter, something easier to process. When the exit route slows down due to these dietary choices, the internal pressure inevitably builds. This is precisely when you begin to experience those unwelcome symptoms. The bloating that makes your waistband feel tight, the general discomfort in your abdomen, and that frustrating sensation of being stuck and unable to find relief. A gentleman named Robert, a spry 79-year-old, shared his experience with me. He had, for years, eaten the same basic meals largely out of habit and convenience. Toast, eggs, cheese, and various red meats were staples in his diet. However, after a particularly uncomfortable week where his constipation became quite severe, his daughter, who had been reading about digestive health, gently convinced him to try an experiment, to eliminate these common culprit foods for just 2 days. He was hesitant at first, but agreed. He replaced his usual fare with simpler, more gut-friendly alternatives. He swapped his morning toast for a bowl of oatmeal, opted for beans and lentils instead of meat at lunch and dinner, and focused on incorporating steamed vegetables and fruit instead of cheese-laden casseroles or sandwiches. By the second morning of this temporary dietary shift, Robert told me he felt as though the inside of his body had finally unclenched. It was a profound release. Not only did his constipation significantly ease, but he also reported feeling remarkably lighter, less mentally foggy, and, much to his surprise, noticeably more energetic. This wasn't intended as a permanent dietary overhaul, of course. Robert gradually reintroduced some of his favorite foods, but he did so more mindfully and in smaller quantities. Crucially, he now utilizes this 2-day reset strategy anytime he feels things starting to slow down or feel off internally. That, in essence, is the power of allowing your digestive system to simply breathe. Just 2 days of consciously removing these common gut-slowing foods can provide your digestive tract with a much-needed break. A precious opportunity to rest, clear out accumulated waste, and recalibrate its function without the added pressure of hard-to-digest meals. During these 2 days, the focus shifts towards nourishing your body with softer, moisture-rich foods that move more easily through your system and actively support your digestion. Think of incorporating more fruits, especially those high in water content like melons and berries, vegetable-based soups, well-cooked grains like quinoa or brown rice, and plenty of steamed or lightly cooked greens. You don't have to bid farewell to your favorite comfort foods forever. The key lies in understanding their potential impact and knowing when to strategically pause, giving your body those 2 gentle, restorative days. For many, this simple act of temporary subtraction can make all the difference in maintaining digestive comfort and overall well-being. This principle of strategic removal is a powerful one. If you're finding these insights into how dietary choices impact digestion useful, and if the idea of a 2-day reset sounds like something you might consider, Please let us know by commenting with the number 4 below. And as always, if you haven't yet joined our community, we encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future content designed to support your health journey. Your engagement truly helps us continue our work. 5. Nurturing your inner ecosystem, the restorative influence of fermented foods. Have you ever paused to wonder why some individuals seem to navigate their later years with a digestive system that functions with remarkable smoothness and regularity, almost effortlessly, even as they age? The answer, more often than not, lies in a quiet but profoundly influential factor: the health and diversity of their gut bacteria. These trillions of tiny microorganisms residing in your digestive tract may be invisible to the naked eye, but they play an absolutely pivotal role in virtually every aspect of your digestion and overall health. They are intricately involved in how your body breaks down food, how it absorbs vital nutrients, and yes, crucially, how efficiently it moves waste products through the colon and out of the body. As we progress through life, particularly into our senior years, the vibrant community of beneficial bacteria in our gut doesn't always maintain its youthful vigor and diversity. Several factors can contribute to this decline. Years of antibiotic use, which, while necessary at times, can indiscriminately wipe out both good and bad bacteria. A diet high in processed foods and low in fiber. Chronic stress, and even the natural aging process itself can all conspire to thin out your gut's microbial population. When this delicate ecosystem becomes imbalanced, a state often referred to as dysbiosis, digestion can become noticeably sluggish. Constipation may become a more frequent and unwelcome visitor, and your body can start to feel generally more out of sync, less vibrant than it used to. This is precisely where the remarkable benefits of fermented foods come into play. Whether it's a dollop of plain, unsweetened yogurt with live active cultures, a tangy spoonful of kimchi, the crisp bite of sauerkraut, or a refreshing glass of kefir, these traditional foods are teeming with live probiotic cultures. These probiotics are essentially beneficial bacteria that, when consumed, help to repopulate and rebalance your gut microbiome, reinforcing the ranks of the good guys. And the truly wonderful part is that these beneficial bacteria don't just passively take up residence in your gut. They get straight to work. They actively assist in breaking down food particles that your own digestive enzymes might struggle with. They contribute to the production of certain vitamins. They help to soften stool by influencing water content and producing short-chain fatty acids. And they can even send signals to your nervous system that encourage more efficient and regular release of waste. I had the privilege of meeting an 81-year-old gentleman named George, who shared a common yet distressing story. He used to regularly go 4, sometimes even 5 days without a bowel movement. His discomfort was significant and impacted his daily life. His doctor had ruled out any serious underlying medical conditions and had, like many, recommended increasing his fiber intake. While fiber helped to a small extent, the relief was often temporary and incomplete. The real turning point for George came when his daughter, who was interested in gut health, suggested he try incorporating fermented foods into his diet. He began by adding just 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut to his lunch each day and having a small bowl of plain yogurt with his dinner. Within just a few days of these simple additions, George reported that his bathroom habits became noticeably more regular and predictable. But what surprised him even more profoundly was the accompanying sense of mental clarity and physical lightness he experienced. "I hadn't realized just how weighed down I'd become," he confided, "not just physically, but mentally too." And this is a crucial point that often gets overlooked in discussions about constipation. The impact of being chronically backed up isn't confined solely to physical discomfort in the abdomen. It can cast a pervasive shadow over your mood, making you feel irritable or down. It can cloud your thinking, leading to a sense of mental fogginess. And it can significantly sap your energy levels. It's a full-body drag. However, when your gut is balanced, when your inner ecosystem is thriving, everything tends to feel smoother, brighter, and more in flow. Digestion improves, yes, but often so too do energy, mood, and even immune function. Now, if you're considering introducing fermented foods into your diet for the first time, or if you haven't consumed them regularly, it's wise to start slowly. Begin with small amounts, perhaps a spoonful or 2 a day. Introducing too many new probiotic strains too quickly can, for some individuals, initially cause a bit of gas or bloating as your gut microbiome adjusts. This is usually temporary. Over a few days to a week, your body typically adapts, and those beneficial bacteria begin to settle in and perform their valuable work. This isn't about radically transforming your diet overnight or forcing yourself to consume vast quantities of foods you may not be accustomed to. It's about strategically adding just enough life back into your gut, a little bit each day, to help your digestion rediscover a rhythm that feels more like it used to. Natural, regular, and unforced. A healthy, balanced gut microbiome is fundamental to so much more than just relief from constipation. It's a cornerstone of overall vitality and well-being. And in many instances, the simple, consistent addition of fermented foods can begin to orchestrate that quiet, internal transformation, often with noticeable benefits emerging within just 2 or 3 days. This reconnection with ancient food wisdom can be a powerful step towards modern digestive health. If the concept of nurturing your gut health with fermented foods sparks your interest, or if you've already experienced their benefits, we'd be keen to hear your thoughts. Perhaps you have a favorite fermented food or a tip for incorporating them into daily meals? Please share by commenting with the keyword gut health below. Your experiences add so much value to our community. And if you're finding these detailed explorations of natural health strategies beneficial, please do consider supporting our channel by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. This helps us reach and assist more people like you. A journey to lighter days, embracing gentle resets for lasting comfort. Constipation, while often trivialized or dismissed as a minor inconvenience, can cast a remarkably long shadow over the quality of daily life, particularly for those in their golden years. Anyone who has lived with its persistent discomfort understands intimately how it can quietly steal your energy, disrupt your focus, diminish your enjoyment of meals, and even chip away at your confidence. It's a burden that many carry in silence. Yet, as we've explored throughout this journey together, finding significant relief doesn't necessarily demand complicated medical interventions, expensive supplements, or drastic, unsustainable lifestyle overhauls. Often, the most profound and lasting solutions are rooted in simplicity, gentleness, and a respectful understanding of our body's innate wisdom. We've delved into 5 such pathways. The unassuming yet powerful gelatinous magic of soaked chia seeds, offering bulk and hydration. The time-honored efficacy of warm prunes, gently coaxing the system with fiber and sorbitol. The simple morning ritual of warm lemon water, awakening the digestive tract. The strategic wisdom of temporarily removing gut-slowing foods, giving your system a much-needed rest. And the vital importance of nurturing your inner ecosystem with probiotic-rich fermented foods. These are not magic tricks or quick fixes in the conventional sense. Instead, they represent gentle resets, small, natural, sustainable shifts that are designed to work harmoniously with your body, rather than forcing it into action against its will. And perhaps one of the most encouraging aspects of these approaches is the speed at which many individuals begin to experience positive changes. The prospect of feeling noticeably better, lighter, and more regular, often within just 2 days, is not an empty promise. It's a testament to what so many real people have discovered when they've listened to their bodies and provided the subtle, supportive nourishment and care it was quietly asking for all along. This isn't about waging war against your body. It's about fostering a partnership, understanding its needs, and responding with kindness and natural wisdom. So now, as we draw this discussion to a close, I genuinely want to hear from you. After considering these 5 distinct yet complementary strategies, which one particularly resonated with you? Which approach feels like it might be the gentle invitation your body is currently seeking? Perhaps it's the simplicity of soaking chia seeds tonight before bed, or the idea of starting your tomorrow with the soothing warmth of lemon water. Maybe it's the thought of a 2-day dietary reset, or the intrigue of exploring the world of fermented foods. Please take a moment to share in the comments below. What is one key insight you've gleaned from our conversation today? And more importantly, how do you envision incorporating that learning into your own life? Starting now. Your individual step, no matter how small it may seem, truly matters. This journey isn't just about fixing a problem like constipation. It's about cultivating a deeper respect for your body, listening to its subtle cues, and providing the consistent, gentle support it has perhaps been waiting for. Because when your gut feels lighter, more comfortable, and functions with ease, it's remarkable how your entire life begins to feel freer, more vibrant, and more joyful. Thank you for investing your time and attention with us today. Your thoughts, experiences, and questions are incredibly important to us and to the wider community we are building here. So please don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments provides us with immense motivation and encouragement to continue this work. If this detailed exploration has brought value to your day and offered you practical, hopeful solutions, we would be deeply grateful if you would express your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel for more insightful content, and perhaps sharing this video with someone you know who might also benefit. Remember to also turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our future discussions on living well. After all this analysis, what is the most important lesson you've learned for yourself about managing digestive health naturally? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, the journey of self-care and fostering well-being is indeed a continuous one. The most important thing is to start with those small, manageable steps today. Thank you for watching, and we eagerly look forward to seeing you in our next video.